Do you ever run out of time? Are you ever stressed because you don't have enough time? Do you ever complain that you can't do stuff because you don't have enough time? Have you ever used "I don't have enough time" as an excuse not to eat healthy or not to exercise? I've been managing health clubs all of my life. I've been a personal results coach all of my life. I have listened to people all over the world tell me on a regular basis, "I don't have time to exercise." So there's a classic, it's all about the time. But here's something to consider, particularly if you're talking about time and being healthy, fit and strong. Is it possible that if you are the fittest you can possibly be, the strongest you can possibly be, if your body's really healthy, that you can then deal with things more effectively? You become more effective at everything that you do. You can move faster, you can do things faster, you think more clearly, you make better decisions, so you can be more effective with the 24 hours that you've got. Because that's one of the funny things I always laugh about. People say it's been a really long day, or I don't have enough time. Well, it's never a long day, it's only 24 hours, and we all have the exact amount of time. The same amount of time. That's the thing that we've all got in common. Every day is 24 hours, every week is 7 days, every year is 365. And I know that you know that, but I'm just sharing it because we seem to forget that, well, behind me in my library is a whole group of people who are really effective with their time. My library is full of books about people who are very successful in business, at sport, the thing that they're passionate about. And it's really interesting that the most successful people in the world, the busiest people in the world, find the time to do all the things that they need to do. They never, because they're disciplined and because they're healthy, fit and strong, they get everything done. Have you noticed there are some people with the same amount of time, but they get nothing done, and other people with the same amount of time get everything done? So which person do you want to be? Isn't it exciting that it's a choice? Does life throw stuff at you where it interferes with what you want to do and you feel like life is wasting your time, or you're meant to be doing something else, but this has come into your life? Well, great thing to consider, is all of that a choice? So in your 24 hours, could you decide, okay, these are the things that I need to do, but is it possible that somebody will try and hijack my time, steal my time, something unexpected will happen, will I be ready for it? And that's one of the things that I do with people say, "Robbie, you get a whole heap of stuff done." But one of the things that I always plan for in the day, that something unexpected will happen. So is it an hour, is it 2 hours? But every day I allocate an amount of time towards the thing that I wasn't expecting. And what that's really cool, if you do that, is you then, if an unexpected thing doesn't happen, you either can go to bed earlier, or you finish your day earlier, or you've got an extra hour or 2 hours to go and do some cool thing that you didn't expect you had time to do. But here's the thing, is it possible that the world now is wasting a lot of time on their phone doing stuff that means nothing? So that's one of the things I always ask myself throughout the day. Is what I'm doing right now heading me towards my goals or away from my goals? Which is why I never skip exercise. Never in my life since 10 years of age have I missed a day of exercise, because if I miss exercise, then all the other things become too hard and too complicated. My headspace is brilliant when I exercise. If I don't exercise, which I haven't done since 10, so I can't really tell you what that feels like, but as soon as I get up in the morning, the very first thing I do is get my heart rate up as high as possible. I pump my head full of happy drugs, dopamine, serotonin, brain-derived neurotropic factor, endorphins, so that my brain works really effectively, so the rest of my day is going to be effective. Now, of course, you don't have to live like me, but all human bodies work exactly the same. If you wake up and you say, "I'm tired, I'm sick, I've got no time, my life's terrible," all of that will be true. If you wake up and you want to change that headspace, even if you feel like that, because there's days when I wake up and I'm tired and I'm stressed and I think I've got too much to do and I won't have time. So the first thing I do is go and get really puffed, like at 100% effort, without even thinking about it. And I usually use the cross trainer because I don't have to warm up to do that. I just get on there and go as hard as I possibly can, change my headspace. The next thing I do is, of course, I go outside in the fresh air and sunshine, and I cover my whole body with freezing cold water. Now, of course, you don't have to live your life like I do. But when people say to me, "I'm really tired," you cannot be tired after you have gotten puffed at 100% effort and after you go out in the fresh air and sunshine and cover your body in freezing cold water. You are now wide awake and ready to go. Your body is literally on fire to fight and flight, to overcome challenges. So if you don't have time, if you complain that you don't have time, if you're stressed about time, and here's just an interesting side note. Do I get overwhelmed? Now, life is overwhelming and a lot of things can fall into your area of influence at one time. But you can't do more than one thing at a time. This thing about multi-skilling is absolutely ridiculous. So when something comes into my life, I focus on one thing at a time to get it done. Now, there are times when I say multi-skilling where I will exercise and learn at the same time, or I will, when I'm at my desk working, I'm walking at the same time because I've got a tread desk, so I don't sit down, I don't stand, I move while I'm at my desk. Now, I don't consider that to be exercise, but I use all of those opportunities to keep my body alive in the upright position and moving so I can think really clearly. So whatever's happening in your life right now, is it heading you towards your goals or away from your goals? A really great question to ask. Are you the fittest and strongest you can possibly be? And if life becomes overwhelming, you can't do two things at once. So focus on the thing that's the most important, and that's called prioritizing, and I'm sure you've heard that before. But is it possible that the world wastes a lot of time on things that don't matter? They waste a lot of time, hours, on things that will add no value to a life. Now, and I'll rephrase that, because I love watching a great movie. I love to scroll through social media, but I don't do any of that until all of my other stuff is done. So I don't relax, I don't put my headspace in a relaxed space until everything's done. And I do one thing at a time until it's done, so then I can focus on the next thing. Put 100% effort to get 100% result, put 100% effort to get 100% result. The other thing I do if I ever feel overwhelmed, and that happens on a regular basis because I've got a very busy life, I constantly, and it's about every 15 minutes, I'll punch the bag, do jump squats, sprint on the spot, jump on the cross trainer. I will change my headspace by 100% effort, intense burst of activity, so that my dopamine levels go up, my serotonin levels are evened out, my body feels good, so now I can go again. Is it possible that if we're all stressed and anxious and annoyed that we can't think clearly? So clear your headspace. People say breathe deeply, but the beautiful thing about getting puffed, putting 100% effort into an intense burst of exercise for 10 seconds, and that's all it is, it's only 10 seconds. But you are breathing deeply. Obviously, when you get puffed, you breathe really deeply, so everything changes. So I've got 24 hours in my day, just like you have. If you want to be like the people behind me, my bookcase full of very, very successful people who love their life and have lived their life to the max. We all only have 24 hours. We get to decide what we do with each second, each minute, each hour. And I'll ask the question again, is what you're doing right now heading you towards your goals or away from your goals? And if it's heading you away from what you want to achieve, could it be a really good idea to just stop and go and do the thing that will make a difference? If you want to live your life to the max, protect your time, invest time wisely. We don't get any more of it. You can always make more money, but you can't get more time. So this precious time that you've got right now, make sure that it's helping you to live your life to the max. Super duper doo, how are you? Living my life to the max. Woo-hoo!